Good morning and welcome to the morning after the storm. How are you doing? It's another fantastic Thursday edition of Wake Up Nigeria Premium Breakfast Show. We're definitely thrilled to be with you today.
Of course, Mike, and of course, well, it was a floody day yesterday.
What happened yesterday? So the mainland used to have bragging rights.
Exactly,
bragging rights were thrown away.
Yeah, but hey, guys, I hope, it's a better day today, and you're welcome once again to the show that keeps giving. And yes, of course, it's an outstanding breakfast show. It's our commitment to keep bringing you the best of news, entertainment, and lifestyle updates, guys. So I hope you are ready, because we are everything wrapped in one.
And I'm talking about being wrapped in one delightful package. In exactly 3 weeks from now, Wake Up Nigeria will be 7.
Yay!
It's been 7 years we've been doing this, and we are getting set to have a wonderful celebration with you, all of you. Some of you who have rode with us from day one, we'll be celebrating all of that, and of course, we'll be getting set to make sure that we, take the show and make it a bit better for you. So just watch out. On the 24th of July, we'll be celebrating, that's a Wednesday, we'll be celebrating our 7
years.
I'm not old for this week. Well, hey, come on. It's going to be a wonderful one. My name is Mike Messicano.
And I am Emil Kocha. Remember, guys, that you can watch the show live at tvcentertainment.tv on YouTube and on Facebook. If you're going to reach us out on all our social media platforms, remember to use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
You can watch us live, GOTV, it's channel 16, and terrestrial band is the ultra high frequency 49. Our social media handles, of course, at TVC Entertainment across TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X, and LinkedIn.
And of course, you can also find us at Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
Oh, definitely.
To catch up on all our shenanigans right here on the show. Let's get right into what we have.
Okay.
It's an Artsy Thursday, guys, and you know that we always bring you our display. We have a special guest showcasing his incredible artwork. Adewolu Mojid is a visual artist who specializes in oil painting, acrylic, and repose as beige sculpture. And he'll be joining us later on.
And then we'll have legendary Sonny, a Nigerian award-winning songwriter and Afro soul singer. He will join us for a chat later on.
By leveraging social media and tech tools, Barinada Alex Iheanacho, a brilliant and leading startup lawyer, has built a solution that clearly represents a new vision for legal practice with emphasis on client friendliness. He'll be joining us to discuss more on our tech segment this morning. We also have Emmanuel Ikubese. He'll be joining us on the show later. He's our final guest on the show this morning. And
so I was talking about it that in 3 weeks we'll be 7. It just dawned on me now that exactly 3. Today's Thursday. That's a Wednesday that I'll be celebrating. And I was just thinking about 7 years. It's gone so fast. We've had some people who have rode with us and all of that, and it's been wonderful. And we're looking forward to celebrating with our family out there. You are basically family. I mean, waking up to wake you up, or maybe a lot of you have already woken up and then you're going about your daily normal businesses. We are one. Thank you for all of you who would see us and say very nice words and all of that. We appreciate it. And we'll look forward to a wholesome celebration.
I hope you know that we do this for you all every single day. You are literally the wind beneath our wings.
I like that.
I mean,
Definitely.
Without you all, the show doesn't exist, literally, guys.
Definitely.
I hope you understand. And then we've also had fans who have been consistent with us. They keep in touch with us every single day on the show. They want to see what we are wearing. They want to catch up on what's going on the show. And I think it's time we started even asking, I mean, what are your favorite segments on the show? What's the highlight of the show for you every single day?
All right. We'll talk about
conversations.
Definitely, we'll talk about that and much more as we count down, of course, to our 7th anniversary. We'll take a time up now. Stay with us. Let's check out the weather. Good morning. The news on Wake Up Nigeria. I'm Mike Messicano. It was a rainy day yesterday in most parts of Lagos. The rain, which started in the early hours, left many residents and commuters stranded as major roads experienced flash floods. The Lagos State government has called for calm and asked residents in low-lying areas to relocate to higher grounds. Esther Omokbariola reports.
Residents of Lagos woke up to a rainy Wednesday as torrential rainfall overwhelmed parts of the city, leading to significant disruptions. Floodwaters made roads impassable and submerged entire communities, leaving many struggling to reach their destinations.
Around that Ikorodu area called Berigbe, there was an area called Berigbe, Mowonla. In fact, those people, they are suffering. Some keke were falling inside the water, injuring themselves, wetting the uniform of the students. So the flood was just so much there, and it's because of the bad road. Let's assume the road was constructed or has been constructed. I think the road was half done.
The road is very bad. The government should put more effort by clearing the drainage and do the road, because the road is not good and some of the drainage are blocked.
In response, the Lagos State government is working to clear drainage paths and is appealing to residents to dispose of waste properly.
For the past 9 months, Mr. Governor and his deputy had ensured that with the ramping up capacity, resilient infrastructures were put in place. Areas that were known to be perpetually flooded, we worked on them earlier than this, and that was on the Lekki corridor. And we also ensured we took the hard stance that people that built on the canal or collectors' paths, those infractions were removed on time. And then we have to appeal to our people not to be badly behaved. Why must you throw your debts into the drainage system in front of your house? It goes to clog it somewhere.
With rising sea levels due to global warming causing climate crisis in coastal cities like Lagos, activists emphasize the urgent need for action.
Citizens to start seeing those little things that contribute to climate change as something that can affect our upcoming generation, by trying to make sure that we reuse our plastics, by trying to make sure that we plant more trees, by also trying to make sure that we clean our surroundings so that all the earth-related issues will not be able to affect us and affect our neighbor.
As Lagos battles flooding, strict enforcement of town planning regulations and residents' commitment to responsible practices are crucial to mitigating the impact of the rainy season. Esther Mokariola, TVC News, Lagos.
Voters are getting ready to head to the polls today in the United Kingdom. A number of factors will determine their choices. From food crisis, Russia-Ukraine war, immigration, and many issues, the three main ruling parties, the ruling Conservatives, Labour, and Liberal Democrats, will be seeking majority seats in the Parliament.
Dartford, east of London, is a bellwether constituency. Its voters have picked a candidate from the winning party of every general election since 1964, so it's a useful gauge of national feeling. There is dissatisfaction after 14 years of Conservative rule, but little enthusiasm for alternatives.
The people of England don't actually get to decide on what is going to happen in the country.
Right across the board, I don't trust any of them anymore, especially when our Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, lied.
Boris Johnson, who resigned following a series of scandals, including the breaking of COVID-19 lockdown rules, is one of 5 different Conservative Prime Ministers over the past 8 turbulent years. Analysts say current Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is struggling to shake off that legacy.
The question there is the cost of living, but I also think it's a sense of scandal and sleaze.
The opposition Labour Party under Keir Starmer is some 20 percentage points ahead in most polls, but Starmer would inherit a weak economy.
So one of the first big questions to face a Starmer government is going to be, how are you going to raise the money to fix our crumbling public services?
Amid Russia's war on Ukraine, conflict in the Middle East and global political uncertainty, would Starmer lead Britain in a new direction?
Over the 2 big crises of our time, Gaza and Ukraine, There's very little, if any, difference between the positions adopted by the big parties, so I don't think there will be much of a change.
Britain's smaller parties could play a big role in deciding the outcome. The centre-left Liberal Democrats have a chance of pushing the Conservatives into third place. The anti-immigration, pro-Brexit Reform Party could also peel off right-leaning Conservative voters. Reform leader Nigel Farage has been widely criticised by other parties after saying the West provoked Russia into invading Ukraine.
That's the news. We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. We will be back in a jiffy. So you're trying to say that there's some people that they can't fight against it. It's
natural.
It's in you.
Okay, yeah. Welcome, Mary.
Thank you.
And yeah, this morning, guys, I apologize, but I want to rant. Like, really rant.
Okay.
So, there's a certain airline that we paid monies to embark on a flight from Lagos to Abia States. And this was since April for 3 of us, myself, my husband, and my brother. It's actually Dana Air. So remember that I think sometime in April or May, early May or April, since then they've been suspended after their plane skidded off the runway, you know, and since then the aviation authorities has suspended them. But then there's been an outcry from customers who have already paid for scheduled flights who have not been refunded.
Okay.
They have been sending messages, but there's been no accurate timing or, approval of say, okay, you bear with us, these monies will be paid at this time.
At this time,
And even regardless of the timing, which was, scheduled for the flight that was supposed to happen in May, the monies that were paid was quite a lot, close to $1 million.
For 3?
Yes,
from
Mike.
Where? From Lagos to Abia?
From Lagos to Abia, yes, it's a return flight.
Okay.
And it's been months, and there's been no positive response or feedback from them, and it's really, really, really appalling. It's ridiculous. I wouldn't say it is negligence because, to be honest, as a reputable, airline, they wouldn't say that they don't know what to do. I know that there has been, issues, within the organization. I remember even sometime in May, there was a protest from, their employees about non-payment of salaries. Yes, but then again, something has to be done because these monies were paid. This money is in your accounts. Is in your what's being done.
What's being done?
Nothing's being done.
Okay, so on a lighter note, they've used the money to finally pay the employees. But on a more serious note, there are rumors that the employees might even be out of jobs already because of the incident, because no one knows where this is going eventually.
Even airlines that have had even more serious incidents, they come back.
Yeah.
This was a skid off a runway. I don't think it is that serious to get to the point of a total closure. It probably might be more to this than meets the eye, because even the very big airlines, even recently, we've seen some airlines skid off the runway, even in very developed
I remember
nations.
Max Air or someone other airline.
Exactly.
Something similar
in
happened
that particular
to
point,
it.
it might have even been a good evasive technique in such a way that something worse might have happened. Probably the pilots might have even salvaged a serious situation. It could have been worse if you investigate maybe what might have happened. Or maybe there might be a little bit more. And that is where, which agency now? The airport authorities, NCAA? Or which one now? Yeah, NCAA is one. FAN, NCAA need to come in here. Like what we saw that's happened with Heritage Bank, where you're talking about NDIC and, of course, CBN coming in. There is a regulatory body. And at this particular point in time, they need to come in. Because in some sort of ways, there should be insurance concerning an airline.
Exactly.
And in situations like this, yes. I know that for Heritage Bank, there was talk about some people who have not... I didn't receive some money because I used to run a Heritage account, even though it was not so big. But they linked with your BVN. And then they pay into an account that has a BVN. So I'm just saying that at this point now,
So your money has been paid.
Dana. Yeah, it goes past Dana, even though it was little, it goes past Dana to the NTA or FAN. They need to handle this. They need to step in.
Exactly. They really need to, because you're talking about, you know, people's, you don't know how much, how many people had to save those monies, you know, for those, you know, flight tickets. Even most of them may not have been able to make another booking for another flight because they cannot afford it. You know, at least just sort of, you know, allay our people's, you know, fears, monies now because of the economy. Like
the way it is it's important for a company to take responsibility when certain things happen. It's actually very important. You don't just say, oh, it will blow over. This has to do with people's lives. It's just like when you're embarking on any trip. There's always that you save hard for it. The fact that you have 100 passengers, it might be just 12 of them who could afford to pay it and probably not flinch. But 78 of them, or 88 of them, as the case may be, may have actually had to struggle or dip into savings to pay this. So it's important for the company to take responsibility. It's one thing to keep explaining yourself to the customers. It's even more important to act, to make sure refunds are made.
Please, guys, this is me standing in the gap for all the customers, because I've been getting messages as well, since, you know, but hey, I'm really hoping that something is being done by the Ovation.
Your money will be paid, I'm sure.
Hashtag PMM back. All right? Besides maybe fine for that one shot, Sha. Anyways, what are your thoughts about? Well, there are no thoughts about this. We're just all angry, and the money should be paid back. So we'll just take a time and now stay with us. When we get back, Chef Joe.
G-Boy.
G-Boy. He's set for us today. G-Boy know they play. Be back after this.
We are back, people. Ooh! Guess what, guys? With me in the kitchen this morning is G-Boy.
My name is Benga Odusoya. Why my company name is G-Boy.
Yeah.
As you can know, G stands for boy. As you can know, B stands for boy. My company name, that is my company name.
I love his energy. This morning, G-Boy will be making shawarma and parfait. Yogurt parfait. Now, let's talk about the yogurt parfait first off. What are the ingredients we're using for our yogurt parfait?
Yeah, the ingredients for yogurt parfait, we have yogurt.
Is this Greek or?
Yeah, Greek yogurt.
Greek yogurt, okay.
Yeah. And I have my apple, I have my grape, and I have my granola, I have my coconut flavor, and I have my cashew nuts. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about the ingredients for our chicken shawarma.
Yeah. The chicken shawarma, I have my chicken, I have my curry and thyme, I have my ginger and garlic, I have my pepper, I have my nutmeg, and I have my curry and my thyme.
Okay.
And I have my Maggi, and I have my salt.
Seasoning cubes.
Yeah. And I have my bama, I have my cabbage, I have my carrots, I have my lime, and I have my hot dog, I have my shawarma bread, and I have my granite oil. Yeah.
And your ketchup.
Ketchup.
I see your mayonnaise over there.
Yeah.
And you have your
Cream
cabbage
salad.
and your
cream salad.
Okay, that's salad cream. Yeah. Okay, this is quite a mouthful this morning, guys. Yes, yes, yes. We are gonna be having a wholesome breakfast. Yay! If you missed out on the ingredients earlier on, it's gonna pop up on your screen right there. There you go. Okay, so for our shawarma, we have chicken, curry, thyme, ginger, garlic, pepper. We have our seasoning. We have lime, nutmeg, sausages, cabbage, ketchup, salad cream, and we have our mayonnaise cream as well. Now, talk to us. And for our parfait, ooh, this is my favorite, guys, I know. For our parfait this morning, we have our Greek yogurt, apples, grapes, granola, coconut flakes, dates to add a more sweetening to our parfait, and we have our cashew nuts. Of course, we all know that cashew nuts are very healthy. Cashew nuts has been grouped amongst the healthiest of nuts. If you're on a diet, and cashew nuts are great options. They're very low in calories and very healthy. Now let's talk about our lime. What are we using the lime for?
We're using lime for the chicken.
Okay, to soften it.
Soften it, yeah.
Okay, fine. Fine. Another thing that lime also does, you know, for your meal or for anything you use it for, it also activates the flavors. So when I say activate, it helps like to, you know, properly absorb all of the seasonings that you're going to use. It gives it that kick that it needs. Also, it also helps, it's like a catalyst. It speeds up the reaction for whatever it is that you're cooking. If for your chicken, for your beef, for anything, yeah. So let's begin. Where do we start off with?
We're going to start from parfait.
We're going to start with our parfait. Yeah. Okay. So over to you. Where do we begin? How do we begin?
Oh, I'm going to have my cup.
Okay. So while we're prepping these things up for You Got Parfait, we'll head over to the couch for our art display discussion with Mike. We'll be right back, guys. To the kitchen.
We have quite an interesting artist on the show this morning. Now, Adewolu Mojid is a visual artist who specializes in oil painting, acrylic, and reuse acerbate sculpture. It is great to have you. You are welcome, Mojid. Let's talk about you as an artist. Tell me your story. How did this all start for you?
I started at a very tender age. I have a strong desire for art. So, during my leisure time, I usually sketch, do some watercolor painting. There was a time during the 80s. So if you can remember this thing they call pemper.
Okay.
Pemper. So I will those time wrote letter to those people abroad. So there's a white man that always send me watercolor because he always send some of my
pen pals. I remember that.
He sent me some of my drawings. So I sent out some of my drawing. He sent me this watercolor medium. So from there, I do some watercolor. I paint with some watercolors. So after school, my passion for art still grow more. So I have to go to study for I have to go and learn further in Universal Studio in 2019.
So
that's
the Universal Studio.
Yeah. At National Theatre.
Ah, that's interesting.
That's when I become a full-time artist.
Wonderful. And then after then, you came back. How did you move on from there?
I started working on my own.
Wonderful. Now you specialize in acrylic and water painting. What exactly, when you say acrylic and oil painting, what exactly do you mean by that particular medium?
Acrylic is a water medium paint.
Okay.
So while oil paint is an oil medium paint.
Oil medium base. Okay. So what is this titled?
This one is Iyaniwura.
Iyaniwura.
Yes.
This is oil painting, right?
Oil painting, yes.
Okay, so it's oil on canvas.
Yes, oil on canvas.
Oil on canvas. Okay, what does this painting depict?
It depicts the significance of a mother.
Oh, wonderful.
From carrying the baby from 9 months. After 9 months, she started backing her up. So it shows how compassionate the mother is to the baby.
Wonderful. Now, these two by the side are quite, if I would see it, I would say abstract, but it is not abstract, as it were. There's a form to it.
Yes,
there's a form to it. So tell me, what is it about these two paintings by the side? What medium of paint is this, or of art is this?
This one is reposed Asibian sculpture.
Okay.
So this one is made from aluminum foil. It's made from aluminum foil. This one signifies. This one is talking about prayer. So man ought to pray. So when we pray, we are communicating with God.
Okay.
So this one is talking about the love and compassion of a mother to a baby.
To a baby. When you say, come again, repost, what you call that medium again?
Repost Asibian sculpture.
Repost Asibian sculpture.
Yeah.
What is used to form this?
Aluminium foil.
Aluminium foil.
Yes.
Wonderful. So the foil that we use, and then you use it to, it's more like embossed.
Yes, we emboss
sort
it.
of.
Yes.
You emboss it.
Yes.
Ah, this is nice. This is quite creative. All right, now let's talk about these two here. This one's out there. I know these are pure water. Acrylic.
Acrylic, yes.
Acrylic, okay. So, they look really quite beautiful there. I love that. That's the National Theatre that I can see there. Wonderful. Let's talk about this one. This is landscape. This is landscape, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Talk to me about it. The first one by this side. I can see the National Stadium. I can see there's this swamp and all that in front. Beautiful. Tell me about the inspiration for the National Theatre on.
That one is talking about the water side in the National Theatre. So it's talking about, because I get my inspiration from nature, nature and meditation. So it's talking about the nature of the environment, the National Theatre. So
should those swarms at the National Theatre, should they be there? I don't know. Do they make for a good scenery? Let me put it that way. Do they make for a good, because out here they look, when you painted it, the water is blue, it looks nice, but that water in there, it's not that blue. It doesn't look so that. But you made something quite beautiful there, because it is beautiful here. Now, but I'm saying that the swamp, as it were, is it intentional? But whichever way, that is quite a beautiful painting there. Let's talk about the other one by the side. What's it titled?
This one is the landscape. The title is Discussion.
What?
Discussion.
Discussion.
My heart talk about day-to-day human experience. This discussion. These are bread hawkers.
Okay, bread hawkers.
Bread hawkers in Nigeria. You know, nowadays they are hawking bread up and down. They use a flat wood to walk bread all up and down. Okay. So it's talking about after the hustle and bustle, they sit down, they gather somewhere and discussing about how the business, how is the market going, so that's where they were discussing about this. You can see two of them discussing, today is good, today is not like before. We are just discussing there.
Is there any particular region or place in Lagos or anywhere that you use as inspiration for that picture?
This place is Ashaga, Iju
Ishaga?
Yes. Fagba.
Okay, Iju Ishaga, Fagba.
Fagba.
Okay, let me take a look at it if I can. If I can do that, Iju Ishaga, that's quite wonderful. As a person, what does art mean to you? What does it do to you? When you express your art, what does it do to you?
It gives me the relief that I'm able to tell a story about something. Because art is about it's a storyteller. So I'm able to tell a story about something.
And when it comes to the appreciation of art, do Nigerians financially invest in art as much? I mean, you said you trained in university and all of that, so you understand that there's quite appreciation for art there financially. In fact, art is an investment for a number of people. If some people are invested in some of the biggest artworks and they appreciate over time, you know. Down here, what is it like? Is it something that people are beginning to appreciate? What is the level of acceptance or appreciation for artworks? Taking into cognizance your own artworks, what is the appreciation level like?
People are beginning to appreciate art, but it's not encouraging enough. Not encouraging enough.
What do you think can be done?
Some people see it as waste of time. Some people see it as a waste of time.
Some people saw football as waste of time.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I just want to say something. This art in abroad, some painting, some people are getting through, some people, if they are sick, they are getting through some psychological problems.
Yeah.
They can be treated by art, by painting.
Yes, we have seen it.
Yes.
In fact, there's one or two popular names that I cannot call now. We saw videos of them using art as some sort of therapy, for themselves. So, well, this is us here, Wake Up Nigeria, telling you well done. Keep doing what you're doing, and see you at the top.
Amen.
Well done, sir. All right. Okay, well, that is it for our art display this particular morning. We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. We'll be back in a bit.
Thanks for staying with us. You're tuned in to Wake Up Nigeria. With me in the kitchen this morning is G-Boy of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yes, and this morning, guys, he's making chicken shawarma with yogurt parfait. Yes, as you can see, our yogurt parfait is ready. But hey, guys, we're going to let you in on what we have here in the cup. Yeah. But before we, dive into this proper, let's find out what G-Boy is doing right here. What's happening, G-Boy?
Yeah, I've already deboned my chicken.
Okay.
I'm going to season this chicken with my curry, my thyme, my ginger and garlic, with my nutmeg, with my salt, with my pepper, with my lime. So it's going to be so fermented.
Fantastic. Yeah. And it's also going to help the lime is also going to help the chicken cook faster and quicker. Yes. And it's also going to help to activate the flavors of all the seasonings and the spices that you're using for our chicken.
Yes.
I see that you're using soft chicken.
Yes.
Is there a reason for that?
There's a reason for that.
Okay.
It's hot chicken. So when you're eating the shawarma, you're going to feel the chicken.
So it's going to be soft. Fantastic. And then, of course, there is no shawarma without our tortilla bread over there. Right. But hey, guys, if you want to, ambient fans, you want to try something different, if you want to, play a little with your shawarma, you can use agege bread.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's if you can afford tortillas. I would like to assume that you can use agege bread. There's nothing wrong with using agege bread. And then for the chicken, you can substitute it for suya. Meat suya. Right, you see, I'm on track. With the suya, it's already spiced, so you don't even need to buy any extra spice. But hey, if you want to go all out, here you go. You can just use all of the ingredients here to make our shawarma. So we're going to season and spice our chicken in a bit. And then, what are we doing now? We're going to fry it?
We're going to fry the hot dog.
Okay.
We're going to fry the hot dog.
All right. And then we're going to fry our chicken once we're done seasoning it. Okay, great. Thanks. Everything is coming together right here in the kitchen pretty nicely. Well done, G-Boy. Well done. We have to head over to the couch for some conversation. We have legendary Sunny waiting there with Mary.
Indeed, it's time for us to have a conversation with legendary Sunny. He is a Nigerian-born award-winning songwriter and Afro soul singer. That's what he calls his music, Afro soul. And well, it's so good to have you here with us, legendary Sunny. How you doing?
I'm very fine. Good morning to you.
Good morning. So, just as an aside, has anyone ever told you just how much you look like Chike? Maybe it's Daniel to say.
Yes, I get that a lot. I get that a lot.
You get that a lot?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so legendary Sunny has been in the industry for a long time.
Yes.
You're one of those guys that people know about, yet you seem to always keep a low profile. Why is that?
Well, keeping a low profile is not my intention. Yes, every day we strive to, attain that global recognition, and that's still the path I'm on. So we just have to keep praying that we'll no longer be seen as being low-key, but being recognized globally.
Okay. For those who are watching and are wondering, legendary Sunny, that name strikes a bell. Do you guys remember John Legend's All of Me? The pigeon cover that trended in 2012? Yes, there he is. Can you give us like the chorus of that All of Me pigeon cover? Let's hear it. Can you remember?
Yes.
Okay.
Tell me what I do to you, yeah. What make you the fun for me, yeah.
The honest truth is, your cover that year was amazing.
Thank you
trended.
very much.
It was about the same time as Adekunle Gold came out too with Shadi, and so you guys were like everything then. And then you seem to have gone like into your shell. What happened between 2012 and now? What's been going on with you?
Well, the music has been going on. It's been a journey, actually. It's my 16th year. And, pushing music as an independent artist in Nigeria is not something that it's not easy. Yes, but I believe in my own capacity, I've done a whole lot in the music industry. Yeah, but it's a big word.
Yeah.
It's a big word. And unless you attain that global recognition, people get to know that this particular kind of artists do exist. Yeah, but I've been in the music space for a while.
I remember you performed alongside Techno, Patoranking at Coke Studio, I believe.
Yes.
You were also, you were everywhere. And so we're wondering what happened to legendary Sunny. I was surprised to see you this morning. I was like, okay, legendary Sunny is back. Well, it happens to many artists. But what would you say is the most challenging thing about the Nigerian music space?
Well, the stereotype, first of all. If we can, as entertainers and creatives, can break out of certain stereotypes in the industry, that would really help. And secondly, finance. One of the major challenges of up-and-coming artists and indie artists is getting fundings for promotions and everything. But we're grateful that this is the digital era, and we can now, put our content on social media and promote ourselves vastly. So these are the two main things I feel would slow down any creative process.
No, interesting you'd mentioned indie artists and all. Many indie artists tend to also do the big thing, like do the beats and all that stuff, just so as to keep up with the what the listeners want, so to speak. Yeah. Have you ever thought about doing stuff like that? Like, okay, let me probably just do some serious bedu for a while. Maybe that will get me. Or determined to stick to what you believe works best for you and hope that someday the recognition comes?
So I find myself as a hybrid artist, hybrid being joining different components to form something new. And there's no kind of song I can do. And if you listen to my project, you see I have songs ranging from Afro soul to Afro pop, Afro beats, I'm a piano even. I've actually done, I love experimental music. I've done a whole lot of genre of music. But I like to create that idea that this is who I am as an Afro soul artist first, before any other thing. But that doesn't stop me from, venturing into other markets for the sake of the business part of the music. So yes, I'm very much open to, jumping on different genres.
Now, you mentioned your projects, and I know you have Fire. Okay, not that it's on fire, like, you get it. Tell us about Fire.
Okay, so Fire is my first release for 2024. I put out my last project in October last year with Kola Boy, that's Udo. Okay. And it took me like 6 months space to be able to bring out this new project because everything changed with the whole economy, and also we as creatives, we have to also adjust. But I'm very excited to say Fire came out last week.
Nice.
And
congratulations.
Thank you. Despite the whole rain, everywhere has been hot.
It has been hot. Okay, give us a sample of Fire. Let's feel it.
Feel my fire, yeah, yeah. Burning when I'm with you, my desire, yeah, yeah. It's pulling me close, I feel inspired, yeah. The way you do the things you do, the way you molding us, I know it's all on you. Sticks and stones break my bones. When I'm with you, yeah, my mind lost in space.
Nice! And your voice is still fire. It stayed the same ever since. And so that brings me to something. When it comes to keeping up with your routines and all, are there special things you do to maintain your voice, or it's just something that so far has come naturally?
Well, to be honest, I used to pay attention to a couple of things, but now I don't anymore. To be candid.
Why?
I don't know. I think it's a part of me now. Like, I don't take, very chilled water often. I don't take very oily food often. It's just like a part of me now. So I no longer see it as me trying to,
make effort.
I feel like it's who I am right now. So I won't really it's still effort anyways. Still effort.
Okay, considering the fact that you worked with so many artists in the past, I'm wondering, on this project, on your current project, like what you're working on towards your next body of work, are there any artists you're working with, or you plan to work with, or you wish to work with? Oh yes, I'm currently working on a project with Magneto. Okay. Like as we're talking about trying different genres, so I'm trying to bring in the hip hop genre in fusion with the Afro soul genre. Okay. So expect something awesome from Magneto. And I think the others I just want to keep on wraps for now. I can understand. So what should we expect from legendary Sonny? You said you were never gone, so I can't say, are you back for good? But what is it that we should expect from you in the next 5 years, for example?
Well, I would say they should expect way more melodies from the legendary Sonny camp and more creativity. Yet they should expect to see me more on their faces, their screens, and their social media spaces too.
Okay, so besides music now, because of course we talked about funding and stuff, are there other stuff you do to try as much as possible to break even?
Of course, as a creative, you have to diversify your funds and everything, and I'm also into the interior business. Okay. I'm also into the fashion business.
It shows. Because I was going to mention the fact that you just style yourself, but yeah.
Yes, so I do what I can. Okay. I do what I can to, get things going.
So did you style yourself?
Yes, I did.
Do you write your songs?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you write your songs?
All my songs.
Do you know you have really cool lyrics?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I've listened to a number of your songs, and one of the things that always stand out is the lyrics. I never imagined you write them yourself.
Why?
Because sometimes people with really good voices struggle to actually put the words right and be able to put them together well. So it's a rare combination.
Yeah, I think your role model plays a huge role in influencing your brand as a creative, and I venture towards the people who inspire me positively, Luther Vandross, John Legend, Michael Jackson, and the rest of them. And when you listen to these people's lyrics, you can take something home. These are music that can actually change your life positively. So I want to emulate that same energy when I'm putting out songs, especially as a Nigerian, when people are going through a lot. So if you're listening to my song, I want you to be able to take something home positively. I'm like, oh, I love this song for this particular reason, not just the melody, but because the lyrics is something I can relate to it and stuff like that. So lyrics are important to me.
All right, slowly but surely on his way to being a legend. It's been quite an interesting conversation with you, legendary Sonny.
Same here.
Wishing you the very best in your career.
Thank you.
All right, at this point, we've reached the top of the hour. We have to take a break. There's so much more to come on Wake Up Nigeria. Just stay with us.
Welcome back, amazing viewers. It's the second half of the Wake Up Nigeria show, guys. And you know we are just getting started. Well, just because of you, we are just doing this all over again to ensure that, well, we keep that flow and keep that energy and keep that enthusiasm, that excitement.
Tea don't burn your tongue.
Is that what happened to you now?
What tea don't burn your tongue before?
That feeling isn't nice at all. So sorry, Mike. So sorry.
But you see, hey,
guys.
come on. That's what we're here for, to ensure that we give you a wonderful Thursday after the storm. Well, this is Wake Up Nigeria, bringing you the best. My name is Mike Mesikeno.
And I am Emil Kocha. Remember, guys, that you can watch us live on GOTV channel 16 and UHF 49.
Chef Jibo already, of course, is extremely busy right there in the kitchen.
I mean, the guy is walking up an actual storm.
Oh, man.
You got parfait and a chicken shawarma, hand in hand. I mean, concurrently, working both. Well done, G-Boy. Well done. Remember, guys, that you could also catch us on all our socials at TVC Entertainment _. Remember to use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
All right, let's get straight into what we have left for the show. We've had a wonderful first half, but then we're going to start the second half with tech. Now, we have a wonderful tech lawyer. Well, she's a lawyer that has leveraged tech tools quite very well in a remarkable manner. Barinada Alex Iheanacho, a brilliant and leading startup lawyer, built a solution that clearly represents a new vision for legal practice with emphasis on client-friendly services in Africa. Our topic today is a legal framework for tech startups.
Legal framework for tech startups. Love it.
Now, prior to meeting her for the first time, I think law was quite a boring practice. And someone will wonder, how can someone leverage the tools of technology and social media to push out their, their profession as a lawyer? Well, this is something that our guest today on Tech has done so very well. Barinada Alex Iheanacho, she's a brilliant lawyer. She's done so much. It is great to have you. You are welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And so she said that every time she comes here, she's always pregnant. But it's great to have you.
I was telling my husband that I think you would say this is like your 4th or 5th baby.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, first of all, why should a tech startup need a legal framework? Or any startup at all, as it were?
Okay. So emphasis on the word startup. They are not just a regular business. And I like to always, in fact, every opportunity I get, I like to clearly say that a startup is not necessarily a struggling business. It's a business that is using or leveraging technology to create solutions. Okay. And so it is even more important that they comply or that they care about the legal aspects of what they are doing for so many reasons. I mean, there are lots of cases where a regular small business owner, IG vendors, no shades to IG vendors, can get away with not sorting out their legal, probably not registering their business, probably not. What? You're
right. You're not registering.
You know, exactly. So they can get away with that. I mean, they just have to put their products out there on IG, and people will patronize. But a startup is building a structured business that they hopefully hope to scale, probably access fundings. You know, so there's a lot. They're actually creating a solution to a problem. So it's important that they care about the legal aspect of their business.
Wonderful. So now you're telling me that you cannot access funding without such a framework?
You can't.
Okay, what does that framework
Except if the funding is going to meet your uncle to say,
Angel
uncle, please, I'm
investor.
starting
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Not even,
exactly.
you know, even some angel investors want to see some things in place.
In place.
But if they're your family members, your friends, maybe out of sentiments, family sentiments, they can accommodate you and give you the money. But that's not the kind of money you need to grow or to scale.
Or to scale.
Yeah.
All right, so what does this framework that we're talking about now, what does it entail?
Okay.
In details?
So, I mean, we're using the word framework. I hope it's not confusing.
Okay.
Basically, we're looking at the legal aspect, the legal anatomy, the entire thing you have to check legally when building your startup, right?
Okay.
So first thing is regulatory compliance. And this is the first thing. And when I say regulatory compliance, it goes beyond registering the business with the CAC. I've always said it that registering the business with the CAC might be a major mistake if that's the first thing you do without doing other things. So when we're looking at the legal frameworks, we're looking at everything that a startup or a company is supposed to do from first. And this will depend largely on what you're building. It will depend on, you know, the market you're serving, the individuals you're working with. Because, I mean, the moment you set up a company or an idea drops in your head and you feel like, oh, I need to go and register the company with the CAC, and then the first thing that, instead of having a conversation with your team, especially when you're building with other people, you quickly go to register the company with the CAC, you've already done a major mistake, right? So first, you want to be able to clearly identify what needs to be done legally. For a lot of tech startups, and we're using tech startups, right? They can be in different industries. It can be health tech, it can be ed tech, it can be fintech. You want to, first of all, clearly state what are the regulations that I should comply with beyond, you know, in cooperation with the CAC. And then once you figure that out, then who are the people I need to work with and how do I protect myself, right? So you now talk about the documents you need to have in place, how to secure your interest and the interest of the company, and so many things like that.
I like that. So this is where a lawyer does come in. You have to talk to
Exactly.
somebody.
You can't even build a tech startup, in my opinion, without involving a lawyer at some point. It's not possible.
It's not possible. Now, you made mention of IG vendors. I want to talk about that because a number of people do. We have some IG vendors that are now quite big. Hair vendors. We know some.
Oh, yes. They're making so much money.
So much money. Exactly. What can they do, you know, to make their business, should I say, more standardized, as it were, moving from that IG vendor space to, you know, a much more legal.
Okay, so let me use. There's this program I run called the Business Legal Structure Program.
Okay.
It's for founders, and I'm using the word founders because our primary target is tech startups, right? But in the course of doing it, I've seen that there are some businesses who would have ordinarily been called IG vendors who still want to come in because they want to be able to protect their interests.
Wonderful.
So, like, we have a current cohort ongoing, right?
Yeah.
And there is an IG vendor, a skincare expert.
Ah, that is
You know,
skincare hair, especially skincare.
You get, but this is one skincare business owner that is looking to just go beyond being an IG vendor. So she's concerned about her regulatory compliance, NAFDAC. In fact,
because that's where a lot.
I don't want to mention their major fear in the industry right now. But yeah, there are some that are going beyond being just an IG vendor to setting up proper legal structures that can help them really scale and even make more money.
How do you identify these ones? So if I want to you know, patronize a skincare brand or a hair care brand, how do I know that this person has done that legal framework or they've set up themselves, you know, to, you know, that I can trust them or maybe, you know, more?
Good question. So one thing is, and no shades again to IG vendors. You see, when you get on a particular page and you see no refund, no this, no that, you just see XXX. I'm like, no, this is the wrong thing to do. What they're trying to do is create some kind of policy in place. But the policy is not to put those X. The policy is to have an actual document. Do you understand? So if it is a refund policy, you're saying that we have our rules and regulations that guide how we refund or cancellation, right?
Yeah.
So when you see that a vendor, just to answer your question, doesn't have all of those things on their page, but you can clearly see how they handle those issues, you know that, okay, this one is a properly advised vendor. And then, of course, you check out their products.
Their products.
Are they
Wonderful.
certified? Do you understand? Do they meet certain regulatory requirements, depending on what it is?
What it is.
Right? So it's easy to tell those who are trying to build an actual business from those who just have a hustle on IG.
Well, but another, if we continue, if we haven't, there's so much I want to talk to you, but I know we'll be having you across 2 or 3 more weeks, and we'll get more time to, talk about all of this and help people, because yes, when it comes to that skincare and all of that, this is something that I know people fall prey to. Thank you so much for coming, and here's wishing you the best with the cohort.
Thank you
well
for
done.
having me.
All right,
Thank you so much.
okay, let's head over to who's doing stuff in the kitchen.
Oh, yes, a lot is happening right here in the kitchen. G-Boy is going at it, guys. Like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Right here in the kitchen. If you're just joining us, you're welcome, welcome, welcome. G-Boy's here, and he's making yogurt parfait with chicken shawarma. So quickly, G-Boy, tell us what's happening right here. I know that we are done seasoning the chicken, but just take us through the process for the chicken and then, our salad here. Over to you.
Fine. After cutting my cabbage, my carrots, and my lettuce, I have to mix it with my cream, with my pepper, little pepper.
Okay.
Fine.
That was what kind of pepper?
Cameroon pepper.
Okay.
So I have to mix it with my ketchup, with my salad cream.
Okay.
I have to mix it together.
I saw that you also added mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise, yes.
Yeah, okay.
After adding the mayonnaise, I have to mix it together.
Okay.
After mixing it together, I have to place my bread. After placing my bread, I have to mix it with my chicken.
Okay.
So by folding it, I have to show you one of the examples.
Yes, so show us how to wrap.
You have to wrap.
Yes.
So when you are making your shawarma at home, home service, so you have to prepare your shawarma.
Yes. If you're wondering where to get the tortilla breads, you can get them from any supermarket. So just tell them you want to buy a shawarma bread or tortillas. They actually call tortillas. And so now that we have the salad in the wrap, in the tortilla bread rather. So now we have our chicken. Talk to us about what you did with the chicken.
When I season my chicken, I have to debone my chicken.
Okay.
When I debone my chicken, I have to put my curry and thyme, my nutmeg, and my Cameroon pepper.
Okay.
I put my Cameroon pepper.
Okay.
After putting my Cameroon pepper, I put my lime, my nutmeg. I have to mix it together. So it's going to be seasoned. So that is where I prepare my chicken. I have to hot it.
Yeah, and then we've put it in. Put in hot oil. That's hot vegetable oil, and then we fried it a bit, and then we are good to go. So if you notice, the chicken has already been chopped, into tiny chunks and cut into tiny chunks rather. And we have our sausages in there. So the ingredients are going to come on your screen in a bit. If you missed out on them earlier on, it's right there. So for our chicken shawarma, we have our chicken, which is the star of this dish. We have our curry, our thyme, our tortilla breads. We have ginger, garlic, pepper, seasoning, lime to activate the flavors for the chicken. We have our nutmegs, our sausages, cabbage, ketchup, salad cream. And for our yogurt parfait, we have grapes, granola, yogurt, apples, coconut flakes, dates, cashew nuts. Right, and as you can see, our yogurt parfait is right here in the cup. It's ready. All of the fruits and all of the ingredients have been layered on each other. So we have our yogurt, we have our apples on there, we have our dates, grapes, and granola and our coconut flakes, all right here in this cup. It looks very beautiful and colorful and healthy. Yes, this is nutrition in a cup, guys. Okay, so quickly, G-Boy wants to show us how to wrap. So quickly, let's do that.
See the way I'm
okay.
We're gonna fold it together. We have to. One bread is 2 bread. You have to. Open it.
So we have to use 2 tortilla breads.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're gonna wrap it like this.
Okay. 2 slices.
Folding it like this.
All right. And we're good to go. All right. So we're going to put this. I see that some of them are already in the oven. To give it that crisp, fresh feel. And yes, that's it on our chicken shawarma and yogurt parfait. right here. We're just wrapping things up, basically. And yes, we're good to go. Well done, G-Boy.
Thank you very
Well
much.
done. This show continues shortly. We have a musical performance coming right up. Stay with us, guys.
So this is one discussion that really piques my interest. Mrs. Adrienne Andrews Harris has just returned from a northern Nigerian tour. She is Black American, African American, and Nigerian also. She just recently traced her roots to the Hausa-speaking parts of Nigeria. And it's also your birthday.
Yes.
Interesting.
I'm 22 again.
With 22 with 60 years of experience.
Yeah, for the third or fourth time.
Okay, wonderful. It is great to have you. You are welcome.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here.
Now, I've heard about this DNA test, and we've seen some I think it was the bronze bomber who made mention that he was from Edo after doing his test. We've had different people who have come up to talk about the test. But let's talk about the process. Why did you decide to take such a test and decide to come find your roots?
Well, why not? I mean, we live in a country where everybody else knows their roots, and us African Americans, we're standing around, and it's like, you know, we know that our ancestors were told, forget about Africa, you're never going to see it again. But I know that that wasn't possible, but it was up to us to find our roots and to start reaching out to Africa. So that's what we did, start reaching out to Africa.
Start reaching out, and then you took the test and you found out that you were, was there any percentage or something like that?
We used my mother.
Okay.
Because my mother is the farthest generation that I could go back. Everybody else was dead.
Okay.
And they used her blood. And she did it with, it's called African ancestry only. No anybody else. This is strictly for African ancestry. And that's how we found out.
And then when you found out, what was that compelling factor for you to decide to come back home?
It was just finally, when can we do it? And I mean, it took a while because it's expensive, and we had children at the time that had cost money, so we had to wait until we could afford to make the trip. We couldn't do it right away.
All right.
Yes.
You've been here for 8 days. What have you found out so far?
Well, I found out that, first of all, this is a beautiful country, the beautiful people, and that it's just an amazing place to be. It's a blessing to be here.
And then I was asking earlier, is it possible to get any record of a family member or maybe a family that you are affiliated to, or your own family? Was there any way to get that?
There's no affiliation with a family here.
Okay.
Because, again, our ancestors were forced into slavery, and they were stripped of their identity and mistreated, and they would have no way to communicate anything because a child would be sold away from the parents anyway. So they tried to just wipe out all of Africa in black people, just try and wipe it out. So we have to, those of us who are their descendants, we're just saying, God help us, we're going to find our way home.
Wonderful, I like that. And you're talking about getting some of your children and the rest of your family here.
Well, this is just, me and my husband came this time. But as I said, next month we're having a family reunion because my mother had 4 siblings, and they all have children, and their children have children, and we're all having a meeting because they want to see what we have found out. And I'm sending, the next generations will be coming. They're younger people, and they want to come.
Wonderful. Do you have any word for people who are out there, Black Americans, African Americans, who have not felt the need to trace their roots, as it were?
Why not? We've got everybody else's roots on television. We know about everybody else. It's our turn. And if we don't do it, nobody will. So if you're going to sit there and wait for somebody on television to decide how you should be portrayed, that's on you. But if you want to do it yourself, get started, because it's waiting for you to learn out your history.
Wow, I love that. And in your 8 days here, have you been able to, can you just give me one experience that stood out for you in your 8 days here? What is there anything you've been able to discover? Is there anything that just stood out for you?
You know what? I've just been amazed the whole time. I'm just so happy to be here. The whole the whole experience has been amazing because I have been to other countries in Africa, but this is home.
You've never been to Nigeria before now, and you've been to Africa.
I've been to Africa before. I've been, my husband, we've been to a lot of places. I lived in Libya for 1.5 years when I worked for the U.S. government, you know, and then we've been places. But this was home. This is our first opportunity to come home because it took a while to find that out. No. And so
now you spoke about the expense. Is it something that a number of people can access? Talking about that test, is it something that the average American or the average African American can access when it comes to taking that particular ancestry test, as it were?
No, I don't. It's not that. You take a blood test anywhere.
Okay.
But see, we wanted to go to a place that only does Black history and that specializes only in Black history because I don't want to go to any place and get mixed up with anything. So I tend to find somebody that specializes in Black history and deal with them.
All right. When would your journey here end? How long are you? How much longer are you staying? And what next? Moving on from here now.
Well, we have to get back home because my husband has a business to run.
Is he homesick?
No, he's not homesick.
He's not homesick.
He's not homesick.
Okay.
He's not homesick. But he has bills to pay and, people that depend on us. But this is our vacation for the year. And as I say, we have this big, 2 families the other family was very friendly with our family. And we're having a combined family reunion, and that's the ones that can't wait for us to get back because they want to know all of the information.
Wonderful.
And that's the generation that will be following us to come because they're young and they are ready.
Wonderful. Your husband has been supportive of you all through this period. I would love to just say hi to him.
Alan, come over.
He's Alan.
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 Come
Alan,
over.
can we, even if you're not with a mic, you just come over and maybe just say hi to us. Because, how about his own roots? Has he done a test or something like that? Or
I'll let him tell. Alan, come over.
he doesn't. I don't know if he would have a mic here to talk to us. He doesn't have a mic, but then he's just coming here to say hi because he doesn't have a mic. He'll just come in here to say hi. But how much has his support been for you to get to all of this? How important has that support been for you?
It's extremely important because we're very different. I'm raised in the North, he's raised in the South. Our families are different religions. There's a lot of difference between us.
Okay, just come and get a seat and just say hi. You're not with a mic, but you can just wave and just say hi, Alan. Thank you so very much. And here's wishing all of you the best. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
I love that you've supported her, all of this, and then you've been with her. And this is all of us here, heartfully wishing you the best. And keep on supporting her. We love you for that. Thank you so very much.
I love
All right,
you
thank you so much, Adrian.
Oh, wait, I have to.
Oh, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much.
Okay.
Thank you so very much. It's been a wonderful time with you. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, while you get to sit there, we've had quite a wonderful, wonderful experience. We'll just take a time out now. We'll be back in a bit. Thank you.
And we are back. Thanks for staying with us, guys. Interesting conversation there with Mrs. Andrea, and it was beautiful. And joining us right here on the couch is the Emmanuel Ikubesi. He's a Nollywood actor, filmmaker, model, and so much more. And of course, he's here to talk about his
acting craft, as well as the project you're currently working on. It's good to have you here in the studio.
Thank you. It's great to be here. I mean, you look good.
Oh, thank you. And you look good as well.
Thank you.
The Nollywood industry is not stressing you yet.
I mean, we try not to let it get to us, basically. It's very demanding. It's a very demanding industry, but you have to find a way to understand what you're doing in the industry. It's when you cross the line of trying to force that relevance, then you find yourself doing a whole lot of things that that wears you out, drains you.
And then you're not making any meaning.
And then you might make that buzz, which a lot of people like.
Okay.
But for me, I just want to be known as an actor who's good at what he does, as an actor, as a filmmaker, and I'm okay to buzz whenever I have something that makes sense, to release, not just because I just want to be trending or I just want people to talk about me at the time.
All right, great. Let's take a walk down memory lane of as far back as when you became Mr. Nigeria, and particularly that moment when you almost became Mr. World, because you were the first runner for the Mr. World competition back then. I think it was 2014.
2014.
Yes.
Yeah.
At that moment, what was running through your mind?
I say this. First of all, it was an immense privilege for me to even represent Nigeria, at the Mr. World. It's been a childhood dream. I don't know how, I don't know, but for me, I'd always wanted to represent Nigeria at something. Probably will not play football or basketball or be, an athlete like Toby, Amusan, who is doing great stuff. But the platform came using what I know how to do best, as a model at the time, right? And so just wearing that honor of a Nigerian representing Nigerian at a global platform that had so many other people representing their country and actually coming second and being the first African till date to get to that, that sport. It's an honor for me to do that. I just feel like even what we do with Nollywood and the film and music industry, it's always a privilege to be a carrier of the Nigerian flag and making Nigeria proud globally, right? Because, we get a lot of negative, feedbacks from, about Nigeria. Our politicians sometimes are not trying. We're hearing certain things about people scamming, so for us to use what we know how to do best and put Nigeria on the map for good reasons and cause people to talk about us for this positive, reasons. For me, I'm being a part of that. And being a single person to represent Nigeria at a platform like that was such an immense, was a great honor for me. And coming, second and being, first runner-up and Mr. World Africa and the first Africa to still hold that position was a great privilege for me. Yeah.
Amazing.
Watching your journey, transitioning from modeling into the, Nollywood industry.
Yeah.
One can tell that you're very strategic with the sort of roles and, movies that you've been in. So starting off with, MTV Base,
Yeah.
you were Femi.
Yes.
And that sort of, brought you into prominence,
Yeah.
Brought you into the spotlight for a while.
Yeah.
And we didn't see you in a lot of movies. And then, bam, Flatmates. We saw you then again. And then, it was like you just went into thin air. We didn't see you again. And then learning that, you went into filmmaking, filming in, Uganda.
Yeah.
Talk to us about, what it was like filming in a country outside of, Nigeria.
Yeah.
The challenges that you had to face as a filmmaker.
So first of all, to try to summarize all you've asked me, yes, you use the word strategic. I try to be as strategic as I can, right? As an actor, if you're not, you find yourself doing everything and then you don't hold that much weight or value, right? So I try to find roles that depict or show the range of my versatility as an actor. So it got to a point, I actually intentionally wanted a project like Flatmates because I felt like I was getting the same roles. Either you're playing a toy boy, or you're playing a husband, a good husband, or bad husband, or breaking girls' hearts, whatever. I felt I wanted to show that I could do something different completely. And when I got the opportunity with the Basket Mouth and Coyote Peters to be on Flatmate, that showed that I could do something completely different. And that also changed changed me in a whole lot of ways because I learned a lot and added that to what I had before. Helped me with being more spontaneous. Working with these guys, you had to be. And one of the things that did for me as well was help me with getting on with my writing. So a lot of people don't know that. I used to be head of drama department at church, so I used to come up with dramas and all that. But on Flatmate, it was the first time I got the opportunity to do it from a professional level. So I got the opportunity to write certain episodes on the show. And then we started to do writers' conference, and I was being a part of all that. And that just gave me the confidence and the boost to feel like, wow, I can really take this to the next level. And that's where Uganda came in. That was my first created show, produced, wrote, and directed as well. And what that also did for me was every other thing that I've been taking as an experience from set was what I was able to put that into the show I did in Uganda. Uganda gave me the platform. In Nigeria, people barely give you that first time to do something. Uganda gave me that opportunity to do it. And working there was completely different for me, but it helped me understand a certain space place, on how things work. And like I said, all that, when you bring that into your experience box, it's something, it helps you become even better in whatever it is that you do. And for me, I went to school in Kenya. Pan-Africa is something that I'm always passionate about. So a lot of my projects are around that aspect of making Pan-African films or trying to expand Africa, you know, through telling stories that just make it feel like we are one, basically. And that's what it's about for me as a film.
Chadala, I believe that's
Chadala.
Chadala,
Yes.
that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yes.
Now, what exactly was it about?
Okay, so also another aspect for me as a filmmaker is using film or storytelling to shed light on certain issues that affect our society, right? And Chadala was one of that. I think it was just because as an actor, you know, being a part of MTV Sugar, I saw the impact of media and storytelling when we're talking about HIV and AIDS.
Highlighting issues.
Yes. So I just felt like that kind of impacted me in a positive way. And I thought, crossing over into the aspect of filmmaking, I want to be able to do this. So Chadala was that first project that I was able to do. It was on HIV and AIDS, teenage pregnancy, rape, domestic violence, absentee parenting, all sort of issues that I felt like we need to box into a show and truly bring into the limelight. And that's what we did. And it won lots of awards in Uganda, from the filming itself to actors getting recognized even at their own schools and institutions.
You sound really passionate.
Yeah,
about this.
it does.
And especially the fact that, okay, I'm just even wondering, are you still a model?
I won't. No, I don't. I mean, I think you cross over at some point.
Yeah.
Modeling is you're doing the catwalk a lot. I mean, that's when I was younger, but now I call it more like representing.
So you've been doing your hand
ambassador.
a lot like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've been wondering what happened to Anita. I'm not seeing the ring. Did something go on? I know 2019 you got engaged.
It was 2019 got married 2020, but of course, I mean, I'm sure everyone knows that it ended in 2021. Unfortunately, yeah, it did. So it's been about 3 years now, and for me, I've even moved past that.
Is there anyone in the picture?
By God's grace, yes, there's someone, you know, but I'm taking my time to just, like I always say, it's important that before people get into relationships, they understand certain aspects of what it is that they need, you know, to heal. Or, you know, I always feel like to heal people make better relationships.
I agree with you.
So
I agree
for me,
with
I
you.
just want to take my time to get into that space.
There's so much about you that we really need to talk about, but we have to go now. I know we have the Emmanuel Kubesi Foundation, the Inzigo project, currently, which you have currently ongoing at the moment. But we'll talk about that in the kitchen. But let's head over to the kitchen. We have our chef who's made something sumptuous for you. Yeah, I know you models, they like to keep it healthy. Welcome to the kitchen, Emmanuel.
This is really exciting. I love it.
I know, right? This is G-Boy, and this morning he's made for you chicken shawarma with sausages, and then we have our yogurt parfait right here.
It's like he knows what I like very
He
much.
knows what you like. Okay.
I mean, I love shawarma and I love parfait as well.
Great. So please dig in.
Oh, great stuff. I'm sorry, guys. I know this is TV. There's always a particular way people eat, but for me, I'm a very local man.
Please enjoy.
Crunchiness. I like that.
Yummy.
I love it.
Nice.
I love it. Well done.
Well done. Well done.
Well done.
And well done, G-Boy. Well done. Well done. And then, we have our yogurt parfait right there. Let's,
you have that one, I'll stick away.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, but we have to, before we go, we have to give a birthday shout out. A very, very special birthday shout out to Gloria Joseph. Gloria Joseph, this is Courtesy Ambassador Engineer Joseph Akpan, wishing you a happy birthday. So happy birthday.
You will have all that you prayed for this year. You will have all that you wish for this year. You will get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
My birthday is actually July 5. So many people born on July 5 this year. It's amazing. Really.
So wonderful show, Emmanuel. Here's all of us wishing you the best.
Yes.
All right, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.